Coach Powell. Coach him up, Dre, the YouTube channel. Click the like button and subscribe below. If you want to show me some love, hit the Cash App, Dre3Dog. But definitely tell somebody, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Here we go. My top 5 Collier County High School report. Number 1, community school. Cannot deny them any longer. They've beaten their rival. We talked about it all year long, that everybody had that date circled on their calendar. 2 dogs went into the middle of the field. There was one bone. One dog came out with that bone, and that's the community school of Naples. They did exactly what I said. They're going to pound and run the ball all over St. John Newman. They could not hold up to the 1,500 pounds of guy that the community school has on that offensive line. And they did enough in the passing game to keep them off balance. But the key to everything is Javian Tanalis, the Duke commit, the ACC future all-freshman, all-conference player, just had a day. And I predicted the stars were going to show up. Javian had a day. The offensive line led by George Hasiotis, who's headed to Vanderbilt in the SEC, and we all know that Vanderbilt is having one heck of a year despite their most recent loss, their first loss of the season to Alabama. So Big George is headed there, and they have countless other prospects that will be headed off to play college football next year and years beyond. So community school has earned the right for Coach Powell to say, you are the area's #1 football team, regardless of private or public. They've proven it on the field. They have the prospects, they have the coaching, and look for them to make a decent run at the playoffs, if not a deep run, if they could remain healthy. They only have one other tough scheduled game before they hit the playoffs. They have they have a bye week this week, so they should be able to get healthy, lick any wounds that they have, and get ready to make their final push towards the tail end of the season. But salute to you, community school, and all the young men over there. Now, number 2 team. I go back and forth here because I really love one side of the ball for the Lely Trojans, and I also really like the running game of the Naples Golden Eagles. And you know what? Doesn't matter so much how I rank them this week because the Coconut Bowl is next Friday, October the 17th, on the south side of Naples, and they're going to settle it, okay? They're going to settle who is the best team in Collier County, the public school division, okay? Both of them are undefeated in county play. They've been tested here or there, but not so much within the county. So at this particular point in time, I've liked Lely all year long, and except for 1 week when I elevated Naples to my #1 position, just going back and forth, I'm going to slide Lely back into that #2 position. I just like their talent. But let me get to Lely. Lely, you guys drive me nuts. You do. You commit too many penalties. Sometimes you guys are schizophrenic on offense when you guys can make the game much simpler. You have dynamic athletes that you just got to commit to getting into the ball. You have too many guys that you try to get the ball to when you need to just focus on winning that game. You know who you need to get the ball to. One of them wears that number, the other one wears this number. So they need to lead the team in touches. I don't care if you hand it off to them or you throw in the ball. Get those 2 the ball and then win the football game. You guys drive me crazy, okay? Then you make too many stupid penalties, too many unforced errors, too many MEs. You guys drive me insane. I saw you guys 2 weekends in a row up close and personal, and you should have beat Booker. I think I lost count. I think you had 6, 7, 8, maybe 50 turnovers that game, okay? You should have beat a team that is a very good team, which boat raced Naples a week or 2 before. You should have beat that team, but you came up short because you shot yourself in the foot over and over again. You guys drive me nuts, but you are so talented. tantalized, okay? I'm tantalized by your offensive talent because then when I look at your defense, I'm telling you, if you're going to win that Coconut Bowl next week against Naples, and I'm going to break that down next week because I need to spend an entire video, and I got a nice crispy T-shirt that I've been waiting all season to break out, and I'll break down the matchup for the Coconut Bowl next week. But I think you guys need to change up some of your personnel on defense lately to give you a shot next week versus the number 3 team in my top 5, which is Naples. But really, it's 2-2 because right now, Naples has closed the gap on Lely from where I was looking at both of these teams at the beginning of the season. At the beginning of the season and into the season, I kept saying, anybody that would listen to me, that Lely's going to beat Naples on October 17th and put an end to that 14-year losing streak in that Coconut Bowl. But, man, after seeing you guys up front close 2 weeks in a row lately, you guys got me scratching my head, man. I'm telling you, I'm starting to take some of the money off the table that I pushed into the middle of that table. I was going to bet the house. Now I got to put some of that money back in the bank because, you guys drive me crazy. So, community school sitting at number 1 this week for me midweek. Number 2 is Lely, barely. Lely, you're barely hanging on. I'm just tantalized by your quarterback, your running back, you do everything. The Pooh Shiesty himself, Ty Collins, tantalizes me. Man, but your defense, I tell you. So let me talk about the number 3 team, Naples. Naples, I would like you over Lely if you guys could throw the football, but you can't. You can't take advantage of where I see a weak area for Lely. You just don't threaten in the pass game. So, but the fortunate thing for you is your running game is still elite. And I don't know if Lely's going to be able to put up much resistance based upon what I saw 2 weeks in a row. I know they're gonna throw everything out there, and they're going to commit to slowing down your run game. I'm just not sure they can after seeing that team up close and personal. A lot smaller, not as athletic, and I think Naples is disciplined enough. Naples is steak and potatoes, okay? Naples is steak and potatoes, okay? You don't even get no buttered rolls. You don't get no, Spanish corn. You don't get no drippings. They don't give you no crust to put on your steak. You know what I mean? They don't even put the cracked pepper on there. They don't give you the blue cheese. They don't do none of that fancy stuff. They just put their steak on the grill, take it off the grill and slap it on the plate. And that's what you get, steak, and then you get a baked potato. You don't even get no chives. You don't get no butter. You don't get no sour cream. You just get a baked potato cut open and with your steak. That's Naples offense. Steak and potato. Probably overcooked steak too. But they're going to do what they do, and for them to be my number 3 team, I'm telling you, Lely, you're here. In Naples, you're right there. So for next Friday, I think it's going to be a heck of a matchup. If Naples quarterback Amo can stay healthy and make Amo, you're going to have to, play your best game, okay? Because you're going to have to score almost every possession. I like that you're going to be able to be ball control, but Lely is so explosive, and you better have your teams right too, because they're going to do everything possible, the onside kick, limit your possessions by stealing possession. So you better be tight that week of preparation for your onside recovery teams, your hands teams, because Lely's going to come at you because they're going to score. Quarterback, let me tell you something, man. Ethan Hunt, Mr. Mission Impossible, Brady Quinn, real deal, man. Real deal. So they're going to score some points. I don't think Naples' defense is elite like they have been over the years prior. I said that earlier. So going to be a heck of a matchup between the number 2 and the number 3 team. Now, number 4 gets a little bit cloudier. Okay, gets a little bit cloudier. And in light of what happened to some of these teams during the course of the year and what I've seen, I'm going to elevate a team that I haven't talked about much at all. In fact, I haven't talked about them at all. Talk to their coaches offline. I like the program. I like where it's headed. I just recently saw them, and they don't like this. They don't like this analogy, because they told me I wouldn't even thought of it until post game and seeing them play. But I think the analogy fits, man. A couple of coaches told me about what people are calling them. So my number 4 team, surprisingly to many of you, because some of the teams, and I'll talk about my number 5 team, some of the things that happened to them. But sliding in at number 4, I got to show some love to a 5-2 ball club who has had a tough schedule. Okay, and that's the Gulf Coast Sharks. Okay, now I'm gonna be a little petty about Gulf Coast because I love your head coach, I love your assistant coach, I love your mentality, and this is what they don't like being called. They're a version of Naples High School. All right, they like to run the football. I'm like, where's your Gulf Coast? Who are you guys? They figured it out. I believe all of their offensive line, starting offensive line, are underclassmen. They are quickly becoming and accelerating, in my viewpoint, as probably the number 2 offensive line in the area behind community school. I love community school. Those boys, they put in the work. They've got a lot of continuity. They've been together. They've added Jackson from Barron, which only improved who they were. So from strength, from a technique, from experience, community school by far. But surprisingly, nobody's talking about that team off of Immokalee. Maybe it's because they got those less than intimidating bubble gum and cotton candy looking uniforms. Gulf Coast, man, look, man, you got to do yourself a favor, man. If Coach Powder take you guys really serious, man, y'all got to do something with them uniforms, man. Them uniforms, man, that's not big time. That's not saying, swag, tough, anything. But that's just me being petty, okay? But my number 14, Gulf Coast. 2 great running backs. Then they got somebody that's like number 11. He's like Tim Tebow. He can do a little bit of everything. Starts at middle linebacker. Put him at Wildcat. He plays just like Tim Tebow on offense. He's not there to throw the football. He's there to take the snap. He's there to run over a couple of people, okay? Big like Josh Allen, just don't have the arm talent as Josh Allen. But they don't need him to, okay? They just need him to move the pile. 3rd and short, 4th and I got to go and get this yard or 2. Number 11 is going to go in there at quarterback. And he's going to take the snap. He's going to move the pile. He's going to move the chain. So Gulf Coast, like them as my number 4 team. And again, they've played a surprisingly, shockingly difficult schedule. And they are 5-2, okay? And for all the hard work they've done over 7 games, they get a treat. They get to play Bishop Moreau. Okay, so good luck to my number 4 team. I enjoy what you guys are doing and what you're building. Very young team. Starting quarterback, I believe, is only a sophomore over there. I believe they lose one of their dynamic running backs, but their big, strong running back, Gio, I believe he's only a junior, so he's going to come back along with that big, strong offensive line. Okay, so my number 5 team. Wow, I'm telling you, man. Yeah, it's between a couple of teams, but these teams are losing, okay? But by default, I still like, we're just talking this area, I still like Immokalee, man. Unfortunately, a quarterback bust his hand, things like that, unable to play against Lely last week, but they made it a fight because, hey, one of my favorites, man, seeing him come up, play up close to front, number 14 for Immokalee, Mr. Jackson. Still out there making plays, man. So with guys like that and the fight that they have, the grit that they have, they're going to fight the rest of the season. I don't know. I haven't got the injury report on Chris, the quarterback, how bad his injury is. Hopefully he can come back, solidify that offensive union, and they can make a quiet run down the road. But my number 5 team is Immokalee, and shout out to Coach Delgado out there for continuing to fight, push that program to get better and better each and every week and to compete. Okay, there's no quit, there's no lay down from that team. So again, this week, midweek, Coach Powell's top 5 community school, showing you some love. You guys earned it. Hey, shut a lot of people up, including myself, throughout the course of the year, because I'm all about, hey, prove it, because everybody talk about you guys, the rich kids, title kids, blah, 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 blah. But all you guys did was put up and shut up and beat the team that you need to beat to prove you were the best small private school here. And now you can just do something real special the rest of the year. So number 1 team, community school. Number 2 team, I love coming into the season because of their offensive weaponry, and they upgraded. Man, believe it or not, man, the quarterback BQ, he comes in, takes the place of his older brother. We all know about that. His brother. Shout out to you, Carter. Glad to hear things are going well for you. Carter had a phenomenal year, and then baby bro comes in and just says, "Hey, I got your back, Lely. I'm gonna hold you down because my bro started something special here." And so I love that team coming into the year. Don't love your defense, but man, I love your offensive talent, man. And I love the offensive coordinator, Iron Man, how he just dials up an offense and he don't give about your feelings, okay? But if they can figure out some things, they can do some things special. You guys drive me nuts, like I said earlier. If Lely could just figure out some things, become more disciplined, okay? Call a ball game where, hey, it's more chess than checkers, okay? It's more chess than checkers, the football game. If they can figure that out, Lely will be a heck of a dangerous team. Number 3, hey, steak and potatoes, plain. Hey, I don't want no sour cream. I don't want no butter. I don't want no cheese. I don't want no chives. I don't even want no salt and pepper for my baked potato. In fact, I don't even want no knife and fork. I'm going to just eat it with my hand. That's Naples and a steak, okay? They so tough, they get their steak well done. Who eats a steak well done? You know what I mean? It's all medium well, all right? So, Naples, number 3, earned it, tough. They're going to keep running the ball. And next week is going to be one heck of a showdown next week. And I can't wait till midweek. I break down and talk about that match and give you my final assessment about next week. But it's going to be electric. If you're going to the Coconut Bowl next week, you better get your tickets early. You better get there at least an hour in advance, okay? Because that's going to be standing room only, okay? Now, number 14, Gulf Coast Sharks. Okay, yes. 5-2, quietly putting together a great season. And they've had a great, tough schedule with a young football team. Haven't figured out the QB situation. Unfortunately, they remind me, like they remind everybody else once you see them play, of Naples. If they could get a trigger man over there, you might even see a much more explosive team that's going to even open up other opportunities for them. But at this particular point in time, they do what they got to do to win the football game. And that's to just run over you and punch you in the face. So, number 5, I love those tough Immokalee kids. So they round out my top 5. So there you have it. That's my midweek report on Southwest Florida, Collier County. That's Coach Powell's top 5. I can't wait to see the results after tomorrow night. And then we really crank it up because the highlight of the year will be the Coconut Bowl next Friday night, South Naples at the Trojan football field. So there we go. One more time, community school, Lely, Naples, we got Gulf Coast, and we got Immokalee. That's Coach Powell's top 5.